In our first segment, Birgit and I were working through a freestyle segment with Pyro, and we noticed some low-cost behaviors that were coming up. And so we started to work through those and how you want to deal with those. But we didn't finish working on the actual freestyle set. So now we're going to get back to that. Let's go back to that third set that Birgit was working on, and let's see if we can get that improved for her. All right, so let me see what you're doing with Pyro for the backstall catch for right now. So let's just start with just that behavior. I don't want you to put any flat work in front of it. Another issue she has with Pyro is that he patterns really quickly, Border Collie, right? And so he just starts offering all the behaviors that are naturally in order of what they've been practicing. That's fine in some sense, but what happens if it's windy? What happens if they drop something? What happens if something changes? What happens if you can't throw a normal move that's in there? Your dog is just running the freestyle routine by themselves. So I prefer to not have a dog that's so patterned they're gonna run it by themselves. I want them listening for what my next cue is. So we've already warmed him up by breaking the patterns of how they normally do it. When you're working on a new move, so she's working on the backstall catch, I don't want her putting the flat work moves that get her into that catch in her freestyle routine. I don't want anything attached to a certain behavior. If you start patterning setup moves right before a behavior, then the only way you can do that behavior is if you repeat the setup move. So let's say the only way your dog can do a leg vault is if you do a flip as a setup move, then every time you do a leg vault, you're gonna need a flip first. And that's really limiting, right? You want the dog to have the base behavior all by itself so that you can mix it up in any order that you like. So I don't know where at all you are with backstall catch, let's see.
Well, we did really good for a while, but then since I took it out.
Yeah, now, and right, you haven't practiced it, right? So now we don't know. Okay, good. So what's your BSP?
There.
Okay.
Wait. Catch stall.
Good. He remembers it just fine. Good job. Do that again.
Down. Down. Down.
Good. Okay, so she's putting him in the position she wants. She's gonna set her BSP for the backstall catch. You're gonna pose. That's her pose with that left hand.
Up. Nope. Down. Okay. Good.
And she's gonna say her cue.
Catch stall.
Good. So everything was good there except for her presentation of the disc when she threw it was like this instead of nose down towards the dog. So go ahead and do that and adjust your angle down towards the dog for your throw. Yep. Lower, nose down. Yes, there you go. Anytime you're throwing a move for the dog, an inside move like that, you want to imagine the dog actually going through that motion and which way their mouth is going to be facing. So if they're going to be jumping up like this and you throw a flat disc, they're just going to keep on popping the bottom of the disc like this. So you want to angle it down so that when they come up, they can just come up and grab that disc at the right angle. So nose down is your cadence for this one. And put him in a, control position so he doesn't forge. Give your verbal and just stand still and chill. Okay, now I want you to think about your angle being down. Excellent, very nice, good, very nice. Okay, good, and then from there you want to do your juggle, right? So this next time do catch stall and go ahead into your juggle from there. Okay, what's your cadence?
BSP, flagging. Catch stall.
Angle down. That was angle up. All right, so what's your cadence?
Flag. Catch stall. Angle down.
Yep. Very nice. Good. Now do your juggle. Cue first.
Catch hold. Oops. Ah.
Lift your butt up. Yeah.
Catch hold.
Good.
Catch hold. Good.
Good. Very nice.
Nice.
Very nice. Okay, good. Do you feel good about that?
I feel okay about it, yeah.
What? Well, this.
Hey.
Put them in control position.
Down.
And pick up the other discs. So now let's add in the stuff before the backstall. Scoot, spin, and then it was a brush, and then he comes back in for the stall. So we don't need to do the scoot spin, we need to do the brush to stall. So we're just gonna add the one behavior that comes before the behavior they just worked on.
Wait. Good job, nice. Catch. Catch. Oh, good.
Words.
Good, wait.
Okay, so we're gonna reset. Okay, so your brain, when you got into that motion, went and then it just sort of stopped, right? So as soon as he catches that, what should you say?
I should start through because he comes through to position.
And then what should you say?
Catch stall.
Yes, and what were you saying? You have grass on your face.
Probably all sorts of other things.
Wait, and you know, and then
Right.
nothing, and then right. So part of the cadence is to be thinking of the next thing in your head, so that you're ready to say it at the next time. So instead of thinking all the stuff that's going on in your head about whatever we're doing, whatever he's doing, and all of that, I want you to only think about your cadence. What's the next move, and then say it in your head, and then when it's time to say it out loud.
Catch.
Next.
Good. Through.
Good.
Catch, stop.
Excellent. Nose down. Look at you. That was so close. Nice work. All right, do that again. I love Auntie Dre. That's what he said. I love you, lady. Words. Yes, good.
Catch, stop.
Nose down. Too close.
Stay. Stay.
Yeah, good. So, do you need that through? It's very slow.
Right, I was just to get him there, but I could turn. I just always have to watch where it's...
Brush, stall.
Okay. Stop.
He's too close.
Wait,
Well,
stop.
control position.
Catch, stop. Good. Shoved you up there.
You don't need to do that part.
Okay.
Go ahead and have off. Good boy. Okay, so now I want you to do just the backstall catch.
Okay.
I want you to put him in a control position, and I want you to do your turn and then the backstall catch. Yeah. Right shoulder back. Right shoulder back. Yeah. Go that way.
And then that way.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, and then look, you're in position.
Back, stop.
Good. So that was, everything was great other than the disc was up like this. Yep. All right, so do that again. Turn and that.
Catch, stop.
Good, very nice. Okay, get him off. Good job. So I want you to say the catch stall while you're turning. Yeah, there you go, good.
It's trainable. Or not. Catch, stop.
Good.
Up. Catch, stop.
Yes, very nice. All right, call him off. Good job. What's the takeaway from this session? Splitting instead of lumping. Now, this is a Susan Garrett concept. You want to break the behaviors into the smallest pieces possible and make sure each of the individual behaviors are really clear to the human and to the dog. So you could see we had a bunch of layers of complex behaviors and we were trying to piece them all together. It was too much information for her or the dog to be able to execute all of those. So we started with a simple behavior, backstall catch. And we got that lined up and then we added the movement before. And then we did movement before, backstall catch. Once she got that, then we added the movement before that. Okay, so we're back chaining this behavior. Same as you would for agility or any other sport, any other type of behavioral thing you're trying to teach your dog, the same concept applies for a disc. I want you to start thinking about very simple behavior, get that dialed in and comfortable with good cue, good success, good everything for the dog so that it works. And then add in another layer of complexity, which is the behavior before that one. Now at the very end of this portion, it just came down to too much information for everyone. Take a break. We made amazing progress. We're gonna follow up with this team in a little while after they've had some practice and see how far they've come.